Alright guys, welcome to a week 3 edition of Fantasy Talk on Tuesday. This is your commissioner coming live from the commissioner's office. Let's go ahead and dive right into the matchups of the week. First, we had Ryan over Sav by 40 points. Eli Manning was not a bum for Ryan this week, and Gronkowski put up 21 points, Antonio Brown 32 points. On the other end, Sav only saw more than 10 points out of Stevie Johnson and his quarterback and defense. The rest of his position players less than 10 there. That will not propel you to victory. Hunter over Casey by 24 points. Casey took an early lead on Thursday with 25 points out of Emmanuel Sanders, but Malcolm Floyd only got 0 points for him. Pittsburgh was big for Hunter here with D'Angelo Williams scoring 29 and Roethlisberger 31. A note for this matchup, both teams were negative on their defense there. Cox over Smith-Gall, and what I said would be an upset. 7 points there for Cox. He had Gio Bernard and Demaryius Thomas rack up 15 points for him. And Smith-Gall did see a turnaround out of AP getting 18 points, but he got 0 out of Dwayne Allen and Roddy White, who I'm afraid to say just isn't a fantasy factor anymore. 19 points for Gostkowski for Smitty there, but let's remember, unless he's Dan Bailey, kicker's not going to win you a championship, is he? Next up, El Diablo over Chris by 21 points. Larry Fitzgerald had 33 points for El Diablo, but Calvin Johnson, Brandon Marshall, and Steve Smith all raked in at least 20 points for Chris. His running backs there were not as good, though, only getting 13 points out of Stewart and Ivory. There were 6 positional touchdowns for El Diablo in this matchup, even though he saw Eddie Lacy only pull in less than a point and get injured. Chris also saw an injury out of Drew Brees, who only put up 12 points for him. Next up, another upset. We got Goob over Justin by 22 points. Monday and Thursday night, Goob almost combined for as many points as Justin did for the week, getting 42 points out of Moncrief and Decker on Monday, and Denver's defense and Jamal Charles put up 36 points for Goob on Thursday. Less than 10 points out of Miller and Abdullah combined for Justin, and he got 0 points out of Adam Vinatieri, who is negative for the season. Webb over Wiley in the game of the week. This was a 1.8 difference here. Told you it'd be close. Keenan Allen only had 0.6 points for Webb, and Wiley had 0 points out of Mike Evans. But we saw 2 big quarterback wide receiver matchups here. Rodgers and Edelman racked up 50 for Webb and 48 out of Tannehill and Odell Beckham for Jordan. Now, if Jordan would have decided to play Tom Brady instead, he would have gotten 4 more points in the win there. Next up, we got the heroes of the week, guys. We got quarterbacks and wide receivers. They were huge. 11 quarterbacks over 20 points, 4 of them over 25. Roethlisberger at 31, 28 for Brady, Cap, and Cam Newton. They had 27 points. 15 wide receivers with more than 19 points, 6 of them over 24. Larry Fitzgerald at 33, Antonio Brown 32, Allen Robinson 31, 28 out of Edelman, Emmanuel Sanders 25, Odell Beckham 24. Now the bums this week, all these guys scored less than 1 point. Malcolm Floyd, Mike Evans, Eddie Lacy, Roddy White, Dwayne Allen, Adam Vinatieri, and Keenan Allen. Some seriously bad defensive plays this week, guys. 4 of them in the negatives: Tennessee, Miami, Baltimore, and Buffalo. Let's go ahead and take you into the standings now. We got in the Brother Collusion division, Hunter at 2-0. 1-1, we have Ryan, El Diablo, Sav, and Casey. Chris at 0-2. Now in the J. Michaels, we have Goob and Webb at 2-0. At 1-1, we have Wiley and Cox. And the true J. Michaels, Justin and Smitty, they're both 0-2. We got Hunter with 247 points, Ryan 239, Wiley at 234. And bringing up the trail for the season, we got Smitty at 159 and Cox at 158. Thanks for joining me this week, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the waiver wires. And remember, champs are champs.
This episode brought to you by Corona. Find your beach, beaches.